Prior to commencing work, a job hazard analysis must be completed in consultation with all members of your work group. The purpose of a JHA is to help you identify and manage the hazards that each task may present. The JHA can be prepared prior to arriving on site using a preliminary JHA template or on site using the appropriate section of a permit to work. The JHA must be reviewed on site by the work group to identify any new or site-specific hazards. There are 4 basic steps in performing a job hazard analysis. Break down the job into logical steps. Identify potential hazards. Develop control measures. Review if the job changes. Once a JHA is completed, you must assess the job risk. Jobs identified as high or extreme risk must not proceed without SEAGAS management approval. All members of the work group must be aware of the hazards associated with a work task and controls to manage hazards. Controls documented in a job hazard analysis must be implemented on site. If the work scope, job steps or procedure changes or a new hazard is identified, the work team must stop and review the JHA. Work must not resume until all workplace hazards can be safely managed. When safety hazards are examined and the risks assessed, a hierarchy of hazard controls is used to see what can be done to mitigate or reduce the risk to the person undertaking a task. The hierarchy starts with the control method that will provide the best safety outcome. Elimination, removing the hazard altogether. Substitution, using a less hazardous substance or work practice. Engineering controls, replacing a hazardous activity with mechanical assistance or placement of barriers to isolate a hazard. Administrative controls, policies or procedures used to reduce exposure to a risk, including training and inductions. Personal protective equipment or PPE. The last control option that should be considered but can be effective when used with other control measures. Each SEAGAS facility has a hazard register which details the identified hazards at the site. This information will assist you to prepare a job hazard analysis.